Good afternoon. I see some of us are still maybe at lunch. Food is important, so we need to get our lunch. We would like to take a look a little bit today about the topic which is artificial intelligence. We heard in the last 2 days a lot about it. We heard a lot of technology terms the last 2 days. And we feel that artificial intelligence is maybe a topic which is a little bit wrong seen by a lot of people. But before I get started, let me introduce myself. I'm originated out of Austria, the heart of Europe. We're a small country with 9 million people. If you look at it here in the UAE, we have approximately 11 million people living. We are similar in size. However, we have big mountains, a lot of snow, and very cold. My friends in Austria are freezing in the moment. That's the reason why we're here. If I look a little bit back in my history, you can see back in 1982, I was lucky to meet a guy from IBM. And this formed my future, I would say so. Because after I visited IBM, I went to the store, bought this nice, sorry, I don't know why it's flipping always, this Casio computer. It has 1024 bytes. You could develop some programs on there. I wrote it day and night, some code on it. And afterwards, I started my career to develop other languages in Apple, in IBM languages for the host and so on. Back in the year 2014, I was lucky to meet some people in the UAE. I was already 6 years in Dubai living, and we founded a company. We called it Skills Middle East. Skills with the agenda really to bring to the market knowledge which goes beyond technologies. You need to bridge technologies always to the need of people. We see people as the major asset which we need to face anywhere we have processes today in place and services which need to be automated. With my background, I was working 8 years for Adobe Systems, a very creative company. Everything when it comes to usability, to UX, user experience, user interface design, and of course, digital imaging. And with this knowledge, we founded the company with the strategy to really educate people on the market to utilize these technologies very strong. We implemented a lot of solutions. I had yesterday my friend here, Dr. Usman. I know him now since over 12 years. He's a little bit longer in the UAE than me, but he started his career, he didn't even tell this, in Ajman on the university. He was professor educating ICT over there. And quickly we came to the first project adapting for Dubai Police, making their intelligence dashboards over, this time we called it analytics, because big data did not exist, but in nowadays we would call it big data. Dubai courts utilizing automation of intelligent forms was one of the first projects we did in the Middle East. But let's come back why we want to look a little bit in artificial intelligence. Skills Middle East has a legacy in digital marketing. We know digital marketing quite well, that's what we assume, but we have a good team which is very knowledgeable in the area. One of my members is here, Ralph. He is educated on the university with a degree in digital marketing. And artificial intelligence plays a lot in digital marketing because it's all about prediction, it's all about learning, it's all about knowing what a consumer or a user is searching online. Digital experience can only succeed if I understand people who want to consume my digital data. And this is exactly what we do. We are transforming the experience for people from the creation of content to managing the content, to use it and monetize it, and to deliver it in an optimized way. Think about today, if you would have, for example, a nice 10K video recorded from my friend here, you publish it tomorrow on your website. All your nice 80% mobile users would not be happy that their data plan immediately expires. because they consume all the data for watching a 10K video on a mobile phone. Now coming back to the topic artificial intelligence, what has this to do with all of it? Is it not about a robot playing chess or a robot playing something else? We've seen a lot of use cases in the just a couple of weeks ago, the GITEX in Dubai. Well, not really, but there are some people out there which say, artificial intelligence, is it not dangerous? One of my favorite guys, Elon Musk, the founder of our dear-loved Tesla cars, he's one of the most afraid people from artificial intelligence. He says it's more dangerous than nuclear energy. If you look at James Cameron, our Hollywood producer, who at this time was the friend of Skynet, made the first Terminator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He said, well, look at our people today on the street. The machines have already won. Look at the phones, the adoption of the phones. They dictate the life of the people. And the biggest visionary on the market, Bill Gates, sees always the great opportunity. He's a positive thinker. He can turn anything in a positive way. And I think this is a good way to do it. We need to understand it maybe. Because if we don't understand it, then it might be that we're afraid of it. So let's look and see, what is artificial intelligence? Is it a robot? Is it a humanized robot? Well, not really. Researching a little bit on the internet, you will find immediately this first graph here. And let me walk you a little bit through it. Deep learning, predictive analytics, machine learning. Yes, this is it. Yeah? But what is machine learning different to human learning? Nothing at all. If you want to be an expert in a field, you're an expert in a field. But you might not know anything else about other fields. But you specialize. We can tell a machine what it should learn, what should it be capable to know about. We heard yesterday about the project SAD, which was made by IBM Watson. Did you try it, anybody, yesterday? Did anybody try it yesterday? Asking Rashid how to establish a company in the UAE? Well, I asked him about tax. He didn't know anything about it because he was not learned and not educated on this. He specialized only how to found a business in the UAE. Natural language processing, NLP. Well, we use it as a human. When we interview people today, we use the same methodology to find out if this person is telling us the truth or what is his body language telling us. Yeah? In machines, it's quite easy. We tell them exactly what patterns he should recognize on, because we're looking at patterns here. Same goes as speech, expert systems, robotics, which we all believe is artificial intelligence. And of course, imaging recognition, which is very important. I don't know if you heard, Dubai Police implemented the first 10K cameras, which are investigating downtown Dubai. They can focus out of a distance from 1 kilometer your iris of your eye and analyzes who you are. Because everybody who is owning an ID in the Emirates has an eye scan done before. So let's recap. Artificial intelligence, what can it be? Listening, understanding, and making a decision. And we combine all three of them, then it means, can we learn out of it? The decision we made, can we revise it next time? Yes or no? This is artificial intelligence. This is what we're afraid of. Is the machine now learning and making maybe a decision next time which would not be the same? Gartner summarized this and said, listening is big data. But big data, what does it mean? There's analytics in there. There are hundreds of thousands data in there. millions, we heard it today from Do, they have all the nice dashboards, they know everything about the people here. But knowing doesn't mean that we utilize it yet. We need to turn this knowledge into something which is the process. Because out of the listening, we need to make a decision later on. We need to filter them. We need to really granulate them down to a result. And one of the biggest assets is, if you look at smart cities, what do we want to achieve? We want to know how my citizens are. Are they happy, angry? Are they well-doing? Do they need healthcare? Do they need education? We want to know their emotions. Because only emotion tells us if my smart city is really working. I would see understanding humans much more important than demographics and having data which is actually not representative on the smart index or happiness index, as it is called in Abu Dhabi. In Abu Dhabi, they implemented a happiness index where they see if the citizens are happy or not. Understanding means really we need to process this data very fast because we need to react, correct? Yeah? You cannot wait 10 days to get an answer from a computer. We want to make a decision now. Now, do we need a supercomputer for this? That's the biggest supercomputer in the world in China, processing trillions of transactions per second. I would say no. Our brain is still faster than the fastest computer on earth. We can evaluate our data, which is stored in our brain, so fast than any other computer in our days. But decision making, a very, very, very complex process here. If you look here at the chart, one thing which jumps into my eyes immediately is the risk factor. Can I teach a machine to go through all scenarios to make a decision, to eliminate all risks? This is a question which still stands open. This is maybe the question which keeps people awake at night, to be afraid of all the Hollywood productions and movies we've seen in the past. And the learning out of this decision-making process. Well, we would need to bring the result back before we can learn. If we could feed our machines with the learning result and to evaluate what came out of it, then they can make a better decision afterwards. Yeah? I give an example what this means. Hoppala. Back in the year 2001 was an airline accident. The airplane decided, because of an incident that the wind came from a wrong direction, that actually the airplane should reduce speed very fast. And there's a process in the airplane which is reversing the turbines. So the computer decided to reverse the turbines of the airplane. What happened? The airplane flipped immediately. It was 20,000 kilometers up in the sky, and it dropped from the air like a dead bird. Is this artificial intelligence? Yes, but could the machine learn out of it? No, because it's broken. All the people died on the airplane. To get this really done, learning consists really of the questions, putting out there, getting answer to this, and implementing a process. And this is the complexity which we need to give a machine. And when we look back what our Mr. Einstein said, how can I resolve a problem with the same mindset if I don't know the problem who created it? Only this way it could work. Yeah? So a machine cannot learn from the other machine. This is the quintessence out of this sentence. But I give you an example where artificial intelligence is working since ages of time. Take your car. Your car is a very intelligent machine. Today, there's implementations that car sensors are measuring the distance to your front car, reducing your speed, even pushing your brake. It will drive slower. It will make sure that you're safe. Here, the aspect is safe. I want to keep the distance so I can still stop the car in case something happens in front of me. We have the personalized seat. If you have a key and you share a key with your partner, each key would recognize who is sitting in the car and adjust the seats. A feature which is out there on the market since a couple of years already. A mirror which is detecting when the lights from the back car would blend you, would directly, immediately adjust. Because it says, driver cannot see anymore. I need to blend it down. And of course, the windshield wipers, which detect if rain is coming. Unfortunately, we don't need this in the UAE so much. But in Europe, it's a very, very essential feature because we have a lot of rain over there. But we don't need to do anything as a driver anymore. The wipers would work anyway if there is humidity or rain on the windshield. A best example of artificial intelligence, it is analyzing a lot of data. Based on the data, it runs through a process, evaluates what is the best thing to do, and executes it. What is missing? The learning. It doesn't learn itself. Is there a difference between snow and ice? Yes, because ice could freeze. If there's ice on my windshield, maybe I want to have a heated, blown air to blow it against my windshield. Wiper will not be good enough anymore. I think I always pressed the wrong button here. And again here, making cars smarter, self-driving. There are companies out there which are hooking up together to make this happen. The self-driving car, we all have read in the past something about the Google car, which they took off the market. Tesla was investing a lot into this. Well, they thought now, okay, who knows more about Ford knows how to build it. Google has all the data. And Uber maybe understands more how to make the whole process then for the market ready. So these three companies are bundled up and said, okay, let's make this self-driving car. Let's make it really happen now. Coming back to the topic of today, looking at artificial intelligence, there are three areas we shouldn't forget where all of this can happen, where we can utilize this whole process. It's all about the smart residents, all about the visitor we have in our city, and of course, the businesses. These are my three clients to the government which I want to satisfy. It's all about the livability, sustainability, and the prosperity for our business partners. Let me give you three examples of a quick win for a smart city. When did you call the last time Diva or any of the ministers here? What do they all do to you? Well, the first part I cannot understand. I'm sorry, I'm 10 years in the region, but I still don't understand Arabic. And 3 seconds later, I hear, oh, if you speak English, press 2. Why do they ask me? They know who I am. I have my number since 10 years. So why do they ask me? It would be so easy if we link the government with all our mobile operators and telco operators. They tell them who I am and that I don't speak Arabic, that my preferred English is there. But they don't do it. We had only one success in the whole region, which was in Qatar, in Ooredoo. Unfortunately, somebody I cannot visit in a moment, but it's okay. If you think about it, this waiting of 3 seconds until you can press the button saves 12 million seconds per year in Ooredoo. And telephone costs only in Ooredoo, because they have 11,000 cases per day where people call them, call center. It's 140,000 US dollars per day. Lesson learned out of it, customer experience. It's so easy. It is a halfway to, this is artificial intelligence that I react on my site visitor, on my customer. The best example is also websites. Congratulations, Ministry of Finance, Dubai Police. Once you visit their website, they know which language is your preferred language. But unfortunately, 90% of the other pages in the GCC don't do this. You still need to search the button how to switch the language. And you should be proud of you if you succeed in this mission. I promise you, I do not find this button in most of the cases. This is a so small trick to do, because I know exactly where you're from. I know exactly that you're using Windows, Mac, iPhone, Android phone. I know your language setting. I don't even need to ask you. I could display you immediately the right language. Is this artificial intelligence? Yes, it is. In Europe, they adopted this. In Germany, they implemented this in the government services. You wouldn't believe it. They had 4% drop-off. This means people are completing the government services online. This is the success you want to have, because you want to get them away from your call center, and you want to get them away from walking in your services. They saved over 300 million euros by implementing this. So is this a good reason to implement? I think it's much better than giving a human robot a citizenship, if you ask me. It's all about user experience. We can increase it very, very easy. We have everything there. I give you an example. Smart traffic. Daily, in Dubai, I hit a road which is uncertainly closed today. If they are polite to me, they even write there, road is closed, find another way. But they wouldn't tell me ahead, they wait until I'm there. What you see here is not something which, for example, our friend from Do explained to us, that he knows exactly where the data comes from with beacons installed. This is a heat map from the actual mobile operators, which illustrate how many people are using the street. And these heat maps get visualized, let's call it on Google Maps, and can show me where the traffic is increasing. Now, lesson learned out of this example again. Yes, alone you maybe not be able to do it. RTA has not the data. But taking the data, analyzing the data, visualizing the data, which Do, Etisalat, and all the other ones have, could give them the empowerment to make a heat map on Google Maps. And who did this successful? One of my partners in Turkey. He's actually from Saudi Arabia, including the big ones. We had the question before a couple of times. It was Adobe who visualized this for them, implemented this. They save up to $200 million on gasoline, which the people would have wasted if they would have gone trapped in a traffic jam. These are real numbers from the government in Turkey. The lesson learned out of here, together and integrated. One has the data, the other one has the smart idea what to do with the data. Integrating, hooking up, partnership. This is the part of success. I heard the question yesterday from a couple of people in the audience. All the big ones, like IBM, Nokia was here. How do we cooperate with them to deliver a solution for a government? Yes, samples I showed you before, we are a small company. We always made it in a partnership with a big company. who could make the whole project happen. Yeah? But you see the success. If you have the smart idea and you can hook up with the right partner, you can have a really good quick win to this success. The last sample I want to give you, it was a vision before we started it. We had no idea it will work, but we got a call from a hospital in Egypt, and he said, I want to make consultation before the people come to my hospital. So you can call it Skype. You can Skype the hospital and say, oh my God, doctor, I'm not feeling good. And by analyzing the picture of the person, face, you can read a lot of things out of it. Is he in pain? What kind of pain is it? You can even read out where is the pain, this person. And before he arrives in the hospital already, I know exactly where, in which station I want to send him to. And it's a live implementation we really did. It never get to some stages later that we could collect the data and learn out of it. We saw that the hit rate was maybe not so satisfying as we wanted, but it was above 68%, which is not so bad. But they saved a lot of time to make the patient handling really quick happen. This is a use case in the healthcare which can help any country, in any hospital in the world. All this analytic software is out there which can recognize a lot of things in human emotions, which could enable us to, for example, in the government space, when we deliver a service to a citizen or a service to a business owner, could be much more efficient and much more successful. So is artificial intelligence only robotics and only androids? Not at all. Even if it's nice that we give a citizenship to one of the robots, maybe a good marketing gag, it will not walk away. But together with IT and artificial intelligence, we could increase the adoption of a smart city. But can we do this alone with technology to make it useful? No. We need the smart brains. We need the people with the idea how we adopt data with the right process, with the right idea to make out of it a very, very good smart service. And to be honest, next time you go and you want to renew your Emirates ID, you're going to get an answer from him. That's what you want. Or maybe him. Or I like this one, he's my friend. But to be honest, you want to have a conversation with these guys? Or maybe with him? Sophia? I'm most scared of this one. I don't have them on my border. Don't forget, smart city means smart, happy people, smart citizen. No matter what they want to do, interact with the smart city. This makes it. Skills Middle East. Yes, we have a legacy in technology. We have been invited to a lot of initiatives where we can contribute our knowledge which comes from, of course, use cases we have in America, in Europe. Myself, I was working in Europe over 20 years, and in the US, and experience in the Middle East, which is for me still challenging. There's still a lot of things to learn every day. We are running a blog on our website. We publish daily a new article where we dig into one of the topics which we are looking into, technologies, trends. And we are involved in quite a lot of projects when it comes to big data. Big data collection and analytics is an easy topic. But filtering, gaining out the right things is the yellow of the egg, how I see it. And having said, this means that we can do out of the processes, out of the data, out of the intelligence of human beings, a better, smart business to business, government to business, or government to citizen, or government to government happen. Thank you. This was it from my side. If you have any question, I'm happy. I'm a little bit still around to answer now or a little bit later.